comment on your party's commitment to balanced growth, infrastructure development, and a cultural diversity.
I'll take that one, actually. As we just mentioned a little bit ago, overall from a balanced growth perspective, I think we went through what's important to the Choice Party, again, in terms of a balanced economic vision, and how we plan on accomplishing that is through hiring an economic director. And I know previously Jim had mentioned that was looked at 4 years ago by his team, and they decided not to spend the money on that. But from a benefits perspective to the community, in terms of looking for new growth opportunities, as well as helping our existing business owners have a person that they can go to when they have issues that they want to expand their business or what have you, that's really important. So that's one of the ways that we can ensure that we have a balanced economic growth put in place. In terms of infrastructure development, as I mentioned a minute ago, sidewalks are critical, and just about everybody in the older part of Lindenhurst and also in the newer parts of Lindenhurst have complained about the lack of sidewalks, and that in order for them to get to various places like the Village Green or down to Heritage Park or where have you, you just really can't get there unless you have sidewalks, and that will be a big priority. We do understand that sidewalks are expensive, and we do understand that there are times when you might not have the right of way to put a sidewalk in, but ultimately we think it's important that there be a plan in place that stuff gets taken care of annually. And also from an infrastructure development perspective, it's not really development, but I really would like to commend the Public Works Group and those who work for the village, making sure that our streets are clean and that snow is plowed and all of those other great things that they do. They're truly an asset to our village of Lindenhurst, and I just want to make sure that we commend them for what it is that they've done. In terms of cultural diversity, I think it's important that we attract a good mix of folks, whether they're older or younger, or it doesn't matter. I think the key is that it's important for us to offer services or programs that really are tailored to the various residents that we do have in our community.
Thank you. All right. The community party, do you want me to repeat the question?
No, I took some notes.
Okay,
I'll
great.
fill that one.
2 minutes.
Thank you. Balanced growth. The easiest way to determine or to define balanced growth really means you need a comparison. This board has been on for 4 years. This board has had primarily commercial development. We've mentioned some of those with the CVS, for example. A good example or a positive impact of that has been the 43% growth rate in the sales tax revenue that has been generated. Now, if you contrast that to the previous 12 years, those 12 years was almost exclusively residential growth. It's that 12 years of residential growth that made this community a bedroom community that it is. So the balanced growth has already been addressed by this, and the future economic development that's coming online with the Exceed development. That's on 45 in Country Place. That's going to go commercial just south of that, next to Wendy's. There's a commercial development on the board for that. So I believe that this current board has addressed that. As far as infrastructure development, a good example of that is the Village Green. The Village Green is the infrastructure there, as far as streets, is going to be private. The developer is paying for that. When that development is finished, those streets are not being turned over to the village. The developer has to constantly maintain them. That means in 20 years, when the Village Green streets need to be repaved and relighted, or you pay the electric bills for the street lights, that tab does not go on the city, and it doesn't get passed to the taxpayers. Cultural diversity, we need a gathering space. That's the thing that's missing in Lindenhurst. We do not have a central gathering space that we can all come together and be a community, to meet each other, to mingle. One of the things that Village Green does bring is a different housing stock, and as a real estate agent, if you want cultural diversity, you need housing.